Hey there, vinyl community, or people who like to listen to records, or people who collect records, or whoever you are out there. My name is Darren. I'm up here in the record room. Don't really have a name for my channel yet, so working on that, but I am here to complete the 2020 quarantine Corona COVID shelter at home vinyl tag that's going around. So basically what that means is there's 20 questions that some folks have put together about records, and you get to show some records and talk to them, talk about them a little bit. So hopefully it's fun. I'm no expert when it comes to music history. I may not know the right genres or know what a fuzz guitar really is, but I'm going to talk about some records that I like. Hopefully they're interesting, and just hit me back with some comments or a follow, whatever you want to do. But we're going to start right here out of the chute. Favorite record from your home state or city? I'm from Central Illinois, right around Champaign. Right here, REO Speedwagon, High Infidelity. Everybody knows this album, but these boys were from Champaign, Illinois. This was like the soundtrack to my 8th grade year. You know you've made it big when you are the star of Ozark. If you haven't seen Ozark this year, spoiler alert, REO Speedwagon's a big part of it. So REO, favorite album from my home state. An album that you highly recommend. And there's a bunch, of course, but this one I recommended just about a week ago, so I thought I'd go with that. Norah Jones, sorry for the glare there. Come Away With Me. And this is the Analog Productions version. And it is probably one, if not the best sounding record I own. First of all, I love the music, I love her voice, but this thing sounds amazing. It is like you are right there and Nora's singing right to you. So highly recommend this to everyone, no matter what kind of music you're into. I think you'll enjoy it. So, Norah Jones. Third question, a tip for a beginner. I'm assuming that's a beginner record collector or music lover. I don't know. Buy what you like. Get out there, make some friends, share what you're doing. I kind of like this idea of getting on YouTube and telling a little bit about what you found and what you like. And I sure learn a lot anyway, so that'd be my tip. First record that got you deeper into music. I had my buddy Ed in college who played the piano and took a couple jazz classes and got me into jazz. I played jazz band in school, but really didn't listen to the music a lot. So, but this Dave Brubeck Quartet, Take 5, or Time Out, actually is the name of the album. Take 5 is the song that you'll probably recognize. When I heard this one, it's very approachable listening jazz music. It's something I think a lot of you have probably heard the Take 5 song, but it really got me into jazz a little bit more. It's like I said, it's more of an entry level thing, but it's also just fantastic music. I think this is probably the third copy I got on the 6 Eye Columbia label. So Dave Brubeck, Time Out, get a copy of that. On to number 5, an obscure record that people may not know about. This one, Finchley Boys, and the name of the album is Everlasting Tributes. The Finchley Boys from Champaign, Illinois. Kind of folksy, bluesy, hard rock, just fantastic stuff. And it is on this super cool Golden Throat, take a look at that, Golden Throat label, which is kind of a neat name anyway. But the Finchley Boys, this is kind of a hard record to find. It's got a little value to it. If you're into kind of that psych rock, early 70s stuff, this is something you might like. A group, or I'm going to say an artist who collect most of their albums. If I had to have one, it's going to be Prince. Don't have all of his albums, but trying to get them all. Trying to get some odd and rare stuff with Prince as well. There's a lot of singles, a lot of stuff that his estate's putting out has been fantastic too. Really just some brilliant albums from Prince. You're probably familiar with most of his music, but dig deep. There's a lot of good stuff you may not have heard. And just one of the greatest guitarist, one of the greatest musicians, songwriters, entertainer, just the best at all three. So Prince. Okay, moving on. A band whose second album is better than their first. I'm going to go with 9 Inch Nails. And The Downward Spiral is their second album. The first album was Pretty Hate Machine. And when I heard this album, I was like, man, this is, well, I like Pretty Hate Machine as well, but this was just like different and better in every way. This is probably their most popular, best reviewed album. Very grungy, industrial, a lot of electronic sounds in this, but it's always just got this groove, this driving, nastiness to it, and I love this album. So it's better than the first. First one was good. This one's better. Okay, show and tell. Let's see, a whack-a-mole. Now, whack-a-mole is just kind of a random, pick something from your collection and talk about it. So I'm going to reach back here. Don't know what I'm getting. Let's see. Steely Dan, greatest hits. Steely Dan, what can you say? Amazing sounding music, brilliant recordings, just amazing studio artists. And this has got, the greatest hits, got everything on it. Do It Again, Reeling in the Years, Pretzel Logic. So, love this album. Got a couple other Steely Dan albums. They sound really good on the stereo. So, look it up. What album have you listened to most in your life? And that was a tough one for me. So I guess I got to go back to some of the music of high school and what's kind of stuck with me. John Cougar Mellencamp. Looking at a stud on this album cover right here. John. I just, so many amazing songs. I got to see John Mellencamp. He came to my hometown, played a small venue concert, and I was just blown away. The Pink Houses tour. So it has Pink Houses, Crumbling Down, Authority song. I can listen to this album now, and it still sounds great. Kenny Aronoff on the drums. I'm a drummer, and I just love the way he plays. Just so powerful. And Mellencamp. All right, up next. Show an album with a crazy story. Now this one is not, I don't know a whole lot about the story on this album. I read a little bit, but I do love it. The Black Pumas. They were nominated for a Grammy this year, up for Best New Artist, and this is on Coal Mine Records, and it's a beautiful copy. Check out the vinyl on that one. Gorgeous. But from what I understand, it's a duo. They didn't know each other. They kind of heard of each other. They're about 13, 14 years apart in age. Guy called up the other dude, did an audition on his cell phone, and thought they had something and put together this album. Just soul, and it's just like, it's so good. It sounds old, but it's new, and I highly recommend this album. Again, the story, I don't know a whole lot other than what I just told you, but check out the Black Pumas. Okay, collecting pet peeves. I don't have a lot other than when you buy something and it's warped, or you get buy a new album and the vinyl is crappy and you have to send it back. I get it. I do this for fun, so really not too many complaints. I don't like the stickers when you buy a used album, and I don't like the price tag stuck right to the album cover. That's probably my biggest pet peeve. An album or genre which people would probably be surprised that you like. And I got a couple here. For me, I've got 2 daughters that we adopted from Ethiopia, so as part of being their parent, I want to keep their culture as a part of our family. So when we were over there, I got to hear some Ethiopian music, got a little bit into it, but now really getting into some Ethiopian jazz. And I'm going to murder these names, but Ethiopian jazz is fantastic. Sometimes it's called Ethio jazz if you're looking for it. This is Elamayehu Eshete, I believe, and he is considered the like the Elvis of old Ethiopian music. Just fantastic stuff. Now it's going to sound a little different to you, of course, a lot of African rhythms to it. This is another Ethio jazz album I picked up that's great. One more, I got this over at Luna Music in Indianapolis. Glad to see that they were carrying that album. And Mulatu of Ethiopia, fantastic jazz album. Just dude plays the vibes and it's just killer. I'm thinking about doing another video on all Ethio jazz, just to kind of dig a little deeper on some of this stuff. But check it out if you're into jazz and you want to try something that's a little different. Do a little research and pick up an album or two. 13, share a record from the year you were born. Right here, boom. The Goods, Johnny Cash, live at Folsom Prison. Most of you probably heard this album, but just the Man in Black at his best. Just fantastic. Folsom Prison Blues, Orange Blossom Special, a lot of good songs on here, and just such a, I don't know, a lively performance by Johnny at the prison. So check it out. Show a 10-inch record and share your opinion on 10-inch records. Well, I have a couple. One's more of a single than anything, but this is my favorite. Kid A, I got the 10-inch version of this album, and one, I love Radiohead. Two, I thought, why not try the 10-inch version? It's a little different. I don't know, maybe a little more collectible. I don't know. I only have a couple of these. Pet peeve. I like my MoFi sleeves, and I like my nice covers, but I don't have any 10-inch stuff, and I'm not about to order a whole bag of them just for a couple albums. So you can see it's kind of bulky and clumsy, so don't really like that. But other than that, I'm okay with 10 inches. I'm just not going to be seeking them out. Share an interesting fact about an album or song, and this could have been my actual choice for best album from an artist from Illinois. Uncle Tupelo, No Depression. I had some friends in college from Belleville, Illinois, and if you know anything about Uncle Tupelo, alt rock, country, I don't know what you call them, but just these guys were kind of the folks that started that. Anyway, these guys, Jeff Tweedy and Jay Farrar. Jeff Tweedy went on, of course, to be with Start Wilco, and Jay Farrar had Sunvolt, two really great bands as well. Love their music. But my buddies were like, yeah, friends of mine coming into town, they're going to play. And, they had their CD, and I'm like, hey, this sounds pretty cool. And, Graveyard Shift. If you have not heard Graveyard Shift from Uncle Tupelo, it will change your life. What an amazing song. So anyway, we went and saw these guys, and, had no idea how, amazing they were going to be, how, what their careers were going to do. So I got to say I saw them when, I guess. There was maybe 150, couple hundred people in a little small town to see them, and, my buddy was right. They're going to make it big. They sure did. Any other Uncle Tupelo stuff you can find, get your hands on it. You'll love it. Show an album with an animal on the cover. I'm going back to hair metal for this one. All right, White Lion, Pride. Check that out. This is an original pressing. Probably, I don't think they ever repressed this. Maybe they did. I don't know. Great album. Big song on this one is Wait. Check out the dudes. That's some major, hairspray going on there, but actually pretty good album if you like that 80s kind of metal stuff, and I do. So, show an album, crazy artwork. Right here, Ozzy, The Ultimate Sin. Look at that. Come on. You got Ozzy's chubby face, stringy hair, bat creature kind of thing going on with the, possessed woman in zebra pants, and I don't know. I've always liked this album. I kind of like the sound of it. Ozzy has a couple other crazy album covers too, but this one is just like, I don't know. I thought that was a good representation of something that was crazy. So, show me a really good album that you can find for cheap. I'm going with Criss Cross, and not Jump Criss Cross. I'm going with Yacht Rock Christopher Cross, okay? Sailing, Ride Like the Wind, What else is on here? Say You'll Be Mine. You can find this in like any dollar bin, $2 bin. You know, try to find a good copy because there's a lot of them out there. He sold a ton of these records, and it is just a phenomenal record. It sounds great, and the songs are good. Sailing is just, you cannot listen to that song and not just feel good. So check it out. Show an album with an acquired taste. Where are we at? Acquired taste album. I'm going to go with the great Miles Davis and Bitches Brew. Could be album cover, weird album cover choice as well. Bitches Brew. If you know it, you know it's brilliant. You know that it's different. You know that it's, you know, it was pushing the limits at the time. Miles was going with electronic keyboard and some guitar, and just it takes a while to understand, you know, what's going on here. You need to read a little bit about this album and what it means. But once you get it, you get it, and it's just one of those, you know, it's one of my favorite albums I own. So, Miles Davis, pick it up. All right, so find my or show my most recent find. I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Brian over in Decatur at Speakeasy Records, and also to Dylan from Noble Records. Kind of put me on to Budgie, but I was in talking to my local guy Brian, and he had a couple of these records he said I need to pick up and try. So I got Budgie, Bandolier, and If I Were Britannia, I'd Waive the Rules. Check out that album cover. And the last one, Budgie, In for the Kill. Now, Budgie's kind of, I don't know, grungy, fuzzy, psychedelic rock. They all sound a little bit different, but the first song I put on, I was like, okay, I get it. You know, it sounds great. Really haven't dug too deep into these, listened to them all once, but really going to spend some more time with Budgie, and just glad that my buddy Brian had these available. So anyway, I guess that is it. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully be putting out some more videos soon, and I appreciate you watching. Have a great day. We'll see you.